Hey guys,
Welcome back to the Dramatic
Elements
Podcast. Happy Valentine's Day to all.
Yay! Happy Love Day.
Yes.
Today we are going to have a super special, super fun episode all about love.
Love.
And I also wanted to give a shout out to all of our lovely loyal fans who noticed that last week we did not put out a video. And I just wanted to say that was because school was killing us, life was killing us,
Yes.
everything was going crazy.
So it was a brutal decision, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, honestly though, this is the first time we've ever done that, which is honestly crazy because there have been some weeks where we're like, oh my god, what are we gonna do this week? So if that tells you anything, this week was fucking crazy.
Exactly.
But we're back, so it's fine.
We are back.
Yes, and announcements. We're back on TikTok, if you wanted to know.
We finally both have gotten our TikToks back, so Dramatic Elements TikTok is about to be going crazy, and our personal account TikToks
are about to be going crazy with that content creation.
Insane. We're so excited. We're so ready. The whole TikTok ban and we both deleted whatever. So we actually didn't have TikTok for a few weeks now.
Yep.
So I am more ready than ever.
Literally than ever. Content, yes. So go check that out if you haven't already.
Yes.
Today we're gonna be talking about love. Yeah. We're gonna go. I think let's start when we were really little and then kind of go through different phases because preschool, elementary school, middle school.
Yeah.
So that's where the bulk of it always is. Then high school, and now college.
Yeah.
But yeah. So starting with preschool, let me tell you about my first love.
Let's hear about it.
So I had this is actually crazy. I had a boyfriend in preschool.
Okay.
He lived very close to me. We went to preschool together. His older sister is my sister's age. So we were family friends, We were in love. There are videos of him swinging me on his hammock in the backyard and us talking about how we're going to move to Disney and raise our kids in Disney.
Right.
Then things took a turn. Things took a turn in a very violent way, let me say. So I had 2 guinea pigs at the time.
Okay.
Curly and Skippy were their names.
Of course.
Clearly.
Naturally.
Clearly. And we were hanging out at my house. Me and literally we're 3. I'm talking we're middle school. This is at 4 years old maybe.
Right.
And my boyfriend decided to throw my guinea pig down my stairs. Yeah. And my family can testify. So I was oh, this isn't gonna fly.
Right.
I don't fuck with violence. I was like, red flag. I'm clocking that. I was oh, that's not a good sign. I also remember him being just really kind of mean to my sister. He was just he was a 4-year-old boy. Let's be for real.
Right, we're acting shocked.
He's right. We're not literally a 4-year-old boy. So yeah. I mean, really, who gave him the guinea pig is more of my question. But I remember there was just a lot of tension in the family. There was tension within the siblings. And I was like, no, you don't mess with my sister. You don't mess with my guinea pig. So I ended things.
You did?
Yeah. And that was my first breakup. And I remember feeling really empowered because I was like, I'm not going to let you mess with my family.
Right.
Period.
Yes.
We're done.
Right.
So that was my first experience with romantic love.
And you had morals. You
had
values.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, wait.
Right, you knew.
I knew. You knew. I was like, that's not okay. And we're done. Yep.
And this shows how girls mature faster than boys.
Exactly.
Because I'm sure he didn't think twice about the guinea pig
down the
stairs.
Woo!
He said,
fly, boy!
Right, exactly. He said, I want to see this thing fly.
Yep.
Exactly. And fire. Well, my first boyfriend and my only ever boyfriend, was in 2nd grade.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was
a
little more mature story. This was a dramatic story.
Oh.
Let me tell you. So basically, he was a family friend kind of. Well, I went to a small Montessori school up until 2nd grade. Maybe this was 1st grade. I think this might have been 1st grade because I think this was 1st grade. I don't know. It was first or second grade, irrelevant. And so yeah, I went to this like small Montessori school, whatever. And so like all the parents were kind of friends. Obviously, that's kind of how it was when you were all this age, because all the birthday parties had all the parents too. And
Right,
my
right,
like
right,
parents
right.
became friends with his parents, who became friends with like my other friends. It was like me, our other friends, who were like two other girls, and then him. And we would
Mm-hmm.
all like kind of hang out, right? And like
Right.
my little sister, whatever. And I liked him for some reason. Fire. Whatchamacallit, whatever. We start like dating. I don't remember anything from the entire story.
Mm.
All I remember is the breakup.
I knew you were.
All I
I
remember is
was
the
about to
breakup.
say the
Like,
only reason why I remember the bliss
right.
of Disney Boy was
Disney
because of that
boy.
one video of him pushing me and us talking about it. Otherwise, blur. Breakup is the only event.
Breakup, I remember clearer than day.
Are you
Let me
serious?
tell you. Funny story happened on Valentine's Day.
No, that's brutal.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Just
that's
wait till you
brutal.
hear how he did it.
Oh
So
God.
basically, there was like this like stage in like the courtyard, right? Like it was just like a wooden stage, and it would be like whenever like the little preschoolers did a dance, or it was on
Right,
that, it
right,
was like a just a wooden stage platform. And we could like hang out on it at lunch, right? Because like the lunch
right.
tables were right next to it. He had the bright idea to like, I was on the stage and he like walked on the other side on Valentine's Day and go like this. Wait, I need to like be talking and doing this. He put his hand he put his hands like this and he said, "We're over."
Oh,
And
I'm
walked away. If
gagged.
any of you are just listening, he put his hands in like a heart and then had the heart break and said, "We're over." Oh, I was shattered. I was shattered. And
Oh
his friend
my.
Vincent was there too. I first name drop, I guess, whatever. His friend Vincent was there too. And I was like, boy, are you seeing this?
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's
And then they walked
crazy.
away. And then him and one of the friends from like the little group that we had of like me, two other girls, and
Mm-hmm.
him and her started like having a thing.
That is fucked up.
Yeah. It
That
was
is
crazy.
so
I think
messed
our
up.
relationship was all of like 2 days, but I do remember that night like going to my mom and being like, "This is what he did to me," and my mom being like, "I'll talk to his mother."
That is so funny. We're over.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I remember the
And I
moment.
know it was Valentine's Day, and you were like, "Oh, he's about to come, like
Hug
hug me,
me,
or
literally
like
hug.
literally like
Look
speak
at
a
me.
word to me."
That's the
Yes,
thing. Like he was
literally,
literally gonna
he's about
just
to like
give me
say
a
hi.
glance. Yeah,
Literally, shoot me a smile,
shoot me a
and he
smile.
shot me a
Oh, we're
"we're
over.
over," and that shit
Yeah,
was rehearsed.
and that shit was
Bah,
rehearsed and
bah,
ready. Oh
yeah,
yeah, he was
that is
ready for it.
crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay, moving on to elementary.
Right, now we're in elementary school.
So elementary school, dating was not a big thing, really, like
Right.
at all,
Right.
until maybe fifth grade. And
Okay. Yeah.
I had a I had a boyfriend for a day. I want
Fire.
to say a day.
Yeah.
Could have been less. I
Could have been 3
but wait,
hours.
I actually have this is a crazy story. I will
Okay.
tell you because this was a boy who I was like friends with in elementary school. He was kind of like, we were all nerds. Let's be for real. I was
Right.
nerdy as fuck in elementary school. Very,
Right.
very like teacher's pet. Like that was
Yeah.
very me and my like couple of friends were very that vibe. But like, okay. And so he was kind of a part of us. Like he didn't really fit in with the boys. He was friends with the girls.
Right.
And in fifth grade, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I didn't know what to do. And I was like, I don't know, man. I said, I got to think about it. I went home, and I remember this so. It's all coming back, it's all coming back.
Right.
I remember this so clearly. I was sitting in my kitchen, ranting to my dad. I was 10, being like, I don't know what to do. And my dad was like, I don't know what. I'm sure he actually like I remember him being like,
Right.
well, you could do, what do you like
Right.
him? Da 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 da. And me being like, I don't know, like da da da. I remember I couldn't hold it in until the next day. I opened my Chromebook, my
Right.
school issued Chromebook, and sent an email
No, you didn't.
to his school email address saying, I'm your girl. I am your GF.
Shut up.
I don't know how I phrased it, but that was my accepting.
That is crazy.
And then, literally, I want to say it was the next day. It could have been 2 days, but that was like committed relationship. Like I feel like it was literally the next day.
Right.
We were on the, and I didn't even, we were on the playground, and one of my friends comes running up to me and says that he like pushed her or grabbed her arm violently or like some, which again, damn, why are all these violent men coming into my life? And my killer instincts from preschool knocked back in, and I said, "We're done." I said,
You're
"You don't
actually
push my friend."
kidding me?
I know exactly who the friend was too. I
That is
remember it so
so
clearly.
funny.
And boom, we were over. And that
That's
was my
so
second
funny.
relationship down by 10 years old. And I was a heartbreaker, clearly,
You
with the boys.
were.
Yeah.
This
Then
is
it went
crazy.
downhill in middle school, but that's another. We'll get to
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my
No,
next
yeah.
boyfriend.
I don't have any other like elementary school stories of my own, but I do remember in 4th and 5th grade, there was like 3 girls and like there was just like those girls and those boys who relationship every other day.
Yep.
Like, and it would be like she did this, she was with him, he was with her, blah 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 blah. They danced at the dance, then she danced with this other boy at the next dance, then she danced with this other. And it was like I would literally remember getting to school in 4th grade in the morning, and we all would like sit in a line outside of our classroom before the teacher would get there, or like let us all in or whatever, like school would start.
Right.
And I just remember like it being like she's with him now. Oh my god,
Really?
look over there, like she is with him, but now she's sitting next to him. Like I don't know, I literally
That's like
think
how
of
middle
like,
school was, but that wasn't like
oh yeah,
elementary. Love.
I
not a
mean no
thing.
one was ever doing anything,
Right.
obviously.
Well,
like,
I was
or,
gonna
like, ever
say,
actually being
at
committed
your
or ever
elementary school, what
actually.
did dating even mean to? Like, what
I
was
just
dating?
I don't even remember. I think it was
Right.
genuinely like they would like just like sit next to each other,
Right. Like we wouldn't even do
and
that.
like that was it.
Ours was literally like it was nothing. It didn't mean
Right.
anything.
Right.
Like unironically, we didn't even like
Look
there
at
nothing
each other.
changed.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, we're still
We're-
friends, and like I just get to tell people that you're my boyfriend, literally.
Right. No, yeah, because once again I can think of like 3 different girls who had a new boyfriend every single day.
Wow.
And they were like the pretty girls in the
Right,
grade.
right.
And like
right.
it was like always like the little blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls,
Yes.
and they just had a new boyfriend,
little like
every
popular
single
boyfriend.
day.
Yeah.
And like the boy, yeah. And
the
that
thing
was,
is,
that
I
was
think
it.
about that, and I'm like, I think about that time in my life, and I don't remember being so young because obviously I didn't realize how young I was at the
Yeah.
time. But now that I'm thinking about it, like, whoa,
You were so
I was like a
baby.
baby.
Yeah.
I don't like I thought my problems were like huge. I
Right.
was like, do I break his heart? Do I get
Do
into
I
a
break
relationship
his
I don't
heart?
want to be? Like, do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, damn, you were
Like,
literally 10.
Yeah.
And he probably forgot about it already.
Yeah.
You know?
So funny.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was elementary school.
Yeah.
Moving on to middle school.
The dreaded.
The middle school drama. Once again, I don't have any personal stories of love in middle school, but one of my best friends had a boyfriend. Oh my god. I don't know if you want to share your story first.
I will go ahead.
Go ahead.
So middle school was a time for me. It was a time. It was the
Like,
worst time of my life.
right.
Yet I had few relationships.
Okay.
Mostly men. So
Right.
okay, well, this made me giggle because I go to overnight camp, right? Going into 7th grade was my first boyfriend, or no, my third boyfriend, but my like, whatever. My first boyfriend
Yeah.
of middle school.
Right.
This is one of my good friends to this day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that like summer we like. This is a crazy story. Oh my god! Wait,
Let's hear it.
holy shit! And let me tell you, this is something I have not lived down to this day. My words have been twisted and turned and turned and turned. The
Right.
story, I am here to tell the truth on the internet. Because let me tell you,
Okay.
my group of friends from camp, I literally still have not lived this down 8 years later.
That's
And let's
so
talk
funny.
about it. So, we became friends. My friend, his name's Jack. He does not give a fuck if I drop his name. So
Right.
Jack and I are still good friends to this day. That summer we became friends for real. Like that was like the summer we actually became friends, right? And I was like, "Ooh, like I low key have a crush on him." And he went to my overnight camp, and then ended up we went to high school together too. And I was like, "Ooh, like whatever." And
Right.
honestly, looking back, that meant I actually enjoyed a boy's presence for the first time as a
Exactly.
friend. That's
Yeah.
literally what that meant, because I love Jack, and I was like, "Oh, he's like so normal, and I love talking to him. I must have a crush on him." And so,
That's such like a middle school way of thinking. Like
yes,
you're like, wait, you're actually like fun and like cool and you're a boy? Like I literally
I
must like
literally
you.
have a crush on you. Yeah.
Huh?
No.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I'm in the shower one day, like,
Right.
because it's overnight camp. I'm showering after our evening program, and in come running Riley, my cousin, and
Right.
then one of our good friends from camp, Sammy, running in. Shia, Jack is crushing you. He wants you to be his girlfriend. I'm like freaking out,
This is the best day
screaming,
ever.
best day of my freaking life.
Yeah.
Then the next day at flagpole, so that's like where we like say the Pledge of Allegiance and shit before we go and go eat breakfast. He asked me to be his girlfriend. Bliss, bliss,
OMG.
bliss.
Yeah.
Best day. Then, then I remember that was on like July like 2nd.
Right.
Then we date for like a couple days, like July 4th. I remember we were dating. Da da da. Then like July 5th or 6th or something along the, or maybe the 4th. I don't even know.
Right.
We're in the pool,
Right.
and the drama ensues
Oh no.
when he basically we end up having a private conversation in the pool of him basically being like, I don't know if I want to be together, da da da. And then I
Right.
was like, I remember being an absolute bitch. Like, I was really
Fire.
sassy and really mean, because first of all, I was embarrassed. Second of all, this was the first time I was ever broken up with. My other two times I was the baddie.
And right.
Third of all, I'm a middle school girl, and I was a bitch at the time. So, like, let's be so
Right.
real. So I remember being a bitch. Like, I'll give that to him. But I remember being like, fine, then, like, if you want to break up, like, just fucking say it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then he was like, no, like, da da da. Like, I don't
Right.
want to da da da, because he was probably scared of me. And then swam away. Then,
Right.
5 minutes later, all of my guy friends are swarming up to me. Shia, you wouldn't let him break up with you. He said he tried to break up with you and you said no.
Oh,
I said, oh,
rage bait.
hell no. I said, oh, hell no. Don't do this to me.
Yeah.
I was enraged. And by the time pool was over, the entire age group thought that I denied his breakup.
This is
Wait,
crazy.
I'm just thinking about it. I had another boyfriend I just forgot about, but
Fire.
that's low key relevant. We don't talk about that one. But then, so then I, like the baddie I was, went up to him later in the day, and I literally was like, "What is wrong with you?" I was like, "You know that's not what happened." Da da da. I remember him being like, "I'm sorry, I was a dick." Like, he apologized,
Bruh.
and then we were like, "Okay, like we're done. Like,
Yeah.
period, done, made amends." But and then I was like, "You better tell your cabin tonight
Yeah.
that I didn't do anything." I don't
Right.
know what happened. I doubt he did that as a 13-year-old boy.
Right.
But to this day, my entire friend group from camp the guys will, it always gets brought at least twice a year. Will get brought
That
up,
is
being like,
so
"You
funny.
didn't let it."
Right.
Anyway, and I'm sad.
And
My
you're
other
sad.
boyfriend, quick story, 7th grade. There were me, my two girl best friends, or yeah, three girl best friends, and then four boys. We were kind of like a little group of 8, and each girl was
Right.
paired up with a boy as just like a bestie. Like,
Yeah.
literally, me and this boy were like just really tight. Then we became boyfriend and girlfriend for like 3 weeks, didn't hang out once. Oh, maybe once. And then
Right.
he broke up with me over text at tech rehearsal for a show that I was doing, and I was devastated. But then I got over it. But then we were never friends again. So that kind of sucks. And then he ended
Right.
up dating one of my best friends all of senior year. Great
Senior year of
guy.
high school.
Yeah, isn't that
Wow.
funny? And she
Yeah.
didn't go to middle school with us, so it was just random.
Oh, that is
But
interesting.
yeah. So
What do you know?
those are my two boyfriends in middle school.
Right. Well, the story of middle school and boyfriends, basically, once again, my best friend had a boyfriend, and this was like more of like an eighth grade situation.
Right.
So
A
we
little
were
more
more grown
mature.
up. Yeah, like we were a little bit more mature. How to even like, oh my gosh. It was
Right.
one of those things where it was like we all thought, you know how in eighth grade everyone has that like complex of like we're so old now, we're so grown now, like
Uh-huh.
everything's so
We're
serious
the
now,
ruler
like
of the school.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it was a very like it turned into like it was one of those where it was like they were on and off from like end of seventh or like start of seventh grade, start of eighth grade. I think start of eighth grade maybe. I don't know. Until like end of freshman year of high school. And it was one of those like
Damn.
he cheated on her and then he took her and then she took him back and then like he did this and then he was rude to like he was just like a bad person
Uh-huh.
and it created a lot of conflict between our friendship because
Hmm.
it was like I had like a trio and like this boy was always like being rude
Just
to
coming
her and
in.
then she would like cry to us but then she would take him back and we would be like girl like
Right,
we can't do
right.
this anymore and
You
then
need to stand up.
it was a
Yeah.
lot of drama with that
That
relationship
sounds like
and I
drama.
remember like the first kiss was I literally remember the first kiss
Huge.
story like
Yeah.
I remember their first
Huge.
kiss story it was like he like walked her home from school and then was like outside of her house and they like had a moment and like they'd been dating for like months and it was a
Yeah.
whole huge thing and then her
Huge.
telling us the story crazy thing like it was just it was I don't even know what else to say it was just all of that
Speaking of first kisses,
right
middle school was I did not have my first kiss in middle
me
school,
neither
but middle some people did. Like it was a small population at my middle school, but
yeah
there was a population. I remember in 7th grade, the most prominent memory I have of first kisses in 7th grade or in middle
right
school was in 7th grade when I pulled up late, like very late, to one of my friends' bat mitzvahs
right
and I walk in, and two of my other friends who were dating at the time, and this is so middle school. This is just like so middle school. I'm gonna tell you, and you're gonna be like, this is crazy.
right
Literally, first thing I was like, oh hey guys, first thing, Shaya, do you think this is weird? Kiss, like peck in front of me. I said,
wait
I don't know if I said
I
yes. I don't know
can
if I said
see the
no.
middle
I don't know if I
schoolers
threw up. I don't remember. I just remember being like, I don't know. And then somebody like I don't remember what I said, but then I remember them being like, "Yeah, like people that we it was weird that we've kissed." And I was like, "Oh, I'm dead right now.
yeah
I'm dead."
wait that's the most middle school thing I've ever
Yes,
heard that's like
yes.
peak seventh grade which is literally
Peak,
what bar mitzvah
literally
is
peak
yeah
7th grade. It was like
oh yeah
it was so. I was, and even at the time, I remember being like, "Whoa, that was
yeah
fucking weird."
yeah
Like that was weird. Like
wait I remember in eighth grade finding out about people having sex. That
same.
I was like,
That was a trip because I had
like
never. I no. By
what?
when I think about it, like by 8th grade, I had never kissed anyone. I had never like held hands romantic. I had never like
No,
gone on a date really. Like I had never no,
no,
I really hadn't. I had
I had
never
not
done
at all.
anything. So same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally remember. I remember like the moment I found out when it was like my
Really.
best friend being like, these two people had sex, and I said, "What do you?" I said, "Can Are we allowed to say that word?"
Literally, are we allowed to say that word?
Like
Literally.
what? I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what? Like
What?
none of my friends have kissed anyone, looked at anyone, anything except for my one friend who had this
Well,
like
hugging was
boyfriend.
a huge deal. Literally, it was like he
Right.
wants to hug me after school today
Right.
at the
Like
fountain. You know what I
bruh.
mean?
The location, the time, the what we're gonna
The
do, all the above.
literally all planned out
Everything
to the
was
T, and
decided.
then, but then also, what? Yeah, because I remember realizing that people were doing like more than just kissing or just kissing in general,
Right.
and I was like, wait, at bat mitzvahs, all the boys are like won't even touch the waist of a girl when they dance. Like there's like
Literally, it's like
nobody. It's literally like whatever.
yeah.
Like you mean you're
No, the nerves
kissing?
are crazy.
Like that was insane. That was an insane revelation.
Yeah.
Then in 8th grade, because I don't even loop this in with middle school because it feels like a different time, but it was 8th grade
Right.
is when I had my first girlfriend. Crazy time.
Crazy.
But that was like a secret relationship, you know how it is?
Oh.
So that's like always crazy to me that my first experience of actually, because this was my first actual relationship. Like
Right.
all those boys, that did not count at I never have counted those things.
Yeah.
Like, this was my first actual relationship. Like, I actually like you, and we're
Right.
actually dating. Like, we actually dated because we dated through for like kind of a while,
Right.
And the fact that my first experience with that was like a secret gay relationship
It's
is
crazy.
crazy. Like,
Yeah.
that's fucking crazy. But yeah, that was my first like girlfriend in 8th grade, and
Right.
through like summer before freshman year.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you know?
What do you know?
Okay, moving on to high school,
Yeah.
things go crazy.
Things. Yeah.
Things go crazy. For me, it was a lot of like, well, first at the start of high school, like very start, like first half of freshman year, it was still dealing with the drama of my friend's
Right.
boyfriend. And that was
Right.
all still like the biggest, like, relation, like, whatever, the closest I got to hearing about relationships, whatever. And then, how were high school relationships for you at like the first half? Because also, like,
Like freshman
freshman,
and sophomore
sophomore,
year?
yeah. How did
Mm.
relationships look?
Well, for me or for other people?
Whatever you want to
Because
say.
for me, like all of freshman year, I was just like hopelessly in love with one of my best friends.
Fire.
Period. Hope she's
Fire.
listening. Because I ended up telling her because I like it was eating me alive. It was, and
Yeah.
I have too much experience with that. Like, that's a whole
Right.
nother thing, and that's gay as fuck. But
Right.
that was my freshman year, and then sophomore year, I did have a girlfriend for like the second half, like the second semester of sophomore year. But I don't know, like I could speak on that, on how that was, like how kind of weird that relationship was. But
Right.
I don't know if that relationship was like that because it was. I think that that relationship was like that because of the two of us and
Right.
the nature of our relationship, not because of everyone else. Like, I think everyone
Right.
else in sophomore year, if they had like a boyfriend, it was a lot more like traditional. Like
Yeah.
my girlfriend sophomore year, we were like really good friends that
Yeah.
just like kind of had little crushes on each other. And
Right.
so, like, not to invalidate that relationship or whatever,
Right.
but like it was not like a whole thing. Like, we definitely
Right.
hung out, we definitely were like dating, but it wasn't like, I'm sure other people were having like a lot more of like actual relationship
Yeah.
experience sophomore year than I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember sophomore year is when relationships started to get like serious. Like
Mm-hmm.
freshman year, we were still kind of little babies. I feel like freshman to sophomore year is kind of like the transition seventh to eighth grade,
Yeah.
where it's like you become a lot
Yeah.
changes. Like you, everything gets a lot more like real. Like actually though. Anyway, so sophomore year, I remember like the drama of like the boys treating the girls poorly. I don't
Mm.
feel like that's all I saw. I'm like, bro, of course I'm lesbian. Hello, every single like
All you saw
relationship
is
I
that.
saw
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
boys treating girls horribly, and
Yeah.
then the girls taking them back, and me being
Yeah.
like, hello.
Why?
There's actually one specific relationship. Shout out, guys. Um, started like halfway through sophomore year, and they are still together. And
Wow.
he was horrible to her
Oh,
sophomore year. I'm like,
yeah.
bro, you're still with this girl.
Yeah.
But that relationship is a whole other thing because I've heard crazy things from different people about how they low key hate each other, and I'm like, you guys
Oh,
are still together.
and
What do you
period.
mean? Like, literally, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Me and my friends have so many theories about where their relationship is going to go in the future, but let me not.
I digress.
I digress. Anyway, so yeah, fresh or sophomore junior year, I guess it was like, yeah, things were getting more serious. My sophomore and junior year was when I was having a lot of like, well, first of all, gay fire. So I feel like
Yeah.
our like individual, like whatchamacallit, experiences are
We
different
had
from a lot of the
very
general
different, yeah.
population.
But also
Oh, from
from
each
each
other.
other, like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Because you had your, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but your
Right.
high school, like, love life experience was very different than mine. Like,
Yeah.
I've never had the, like, situationship for real,
Right.
or like hooking up with someone I'm not dating. Like, I've never had that.
Yeah.
We have very different
Wait,
experiences.
also just kind of side note, the word hooking up, do
Oh,
you remember the transition or like I don't know, this was such a big thing in like my
I
whole
always,
world
I
of
still,
not
I'm
knowing what hooking up means. And the middle school definition of hookup was always like just kissing someone or like making out. But then going to high school, it was like
having sex.
yeah,
Oh,
or
that
like
Loki was not my
it was
definition.
like it was different, literally person to person. Like I remember having to
I
like
meant in
clarify,
the
like, what
context
do
I
you
just
mean?
said, I meant making out.
Right,
I always think of, that's very true that people have different definitions. I always thought of it as just kissing, like just making out.
right,
I never thought about
right.
that with sex, but that makes sense.
No, because I remember her in 10th grade being like, if you say you hooked up with someone and you didn't have like sex with them, then like you're like a loser. Like you
Oh,
like didn't do
whoa.
anything. Like you can't use that
Oh,
word. And I was like,
no, that's not.
chill out,
No,
girl.
I think
It's
it's a
not that
very
deep.
expandable term.
And like it doesn't really
Also,
matter.
it
It's not
doesn't
even that
matter at all.
serious.
You know,
Yeah.
it actually doesn't matter at all, but
Anyway,
period.
so yeah, for my sophomore and junior year, like Shai was just saying, I had a lot of like, we're low key going on dates, we've low key kissed a few times,
Right.
but we're not exclusive. We've never talked about it once. Like
Yeah.
things just happen. I had a lot of weird things with like
Yeah.
different people going on. Sophomore year with like one person, junior year with like three different people at the same time. Like what was literally happening
Fire.
there? And like,
Fire.
but like I also had nothing going on, and I also like didn't. I also had a lot just going on in my life, so I wasn't
Right. Right.
focused on that. Like
No.
I was just like, I don't even know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening anywhere. I don't know what's happening. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Anyway, and then continuing in high school, we get to senior year, and that is where my beautiful relationship with my beautiful girlfriend started.
Right.
So obviously, because what's funny is that at the end of my junior year, I had like quote unquote cleared my roster. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was like done with all of these like situationship whatevers. Everything was like, okay, that's not working out with like nothing real is going to happen with this person, this person, this person. And I was like, I'm going into senior year. I'm not going to like have anything with anyone because it's my last year here, whatever. Day one of senior year, me and my
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend, my current girlfriend, talked for the first time. And in February, we started dating. And now we're coming up on our 1 year together.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so
Yes.
that was a whole whatever.
Yeah. But
Whole
also, like,
360.
even though technically she's your first girlfriend,
Right.
she's not your first. It's not like you've never experienced anything in a
Exactly.
love life before.
But she is my first like I
She,
always thought this was
yeah.
funny, like romantic hand holding. She was my first romantic hand holding. Like I had never
Oh,
held hands with
yeah.
someone because I was never in like a
Or like a
relationship.
real date. Like, if
Exactly.
that's so
Or
interesting.
there was like
Yeah. No,
times where
you've
it was
been
like
on a
we're
date.
going on a date, but whatever.
Yeah.
But
Then no, that
I
is
always
so
just thought about the
interesting.
hand holding because I was like, I've like had once again quote unquote whatever things with like very few people, but
Right.
a few people, but the hand holding never happened. And then
Yeah.
now I actually have a girlfriend. It's actually my first relationship, first
Mm.
like real thing, and it's beautiful and it's great and it's amazing. And
Yeah.
let me not get started.
That is so interesting. I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah. I was also gonna say, like, I agree that for me, the freshman to sophomore was a transition, and
yeah,
definitely sophomore to junior was a transition.
right.
But nowadays, as if this wasn't 3 years ago, but I do know, like, my junior year and senior year, I had a lot of underclassmen friends in the theater, and I would
Yeah,
hear all about like all the freshman and sophomore drama, especially the freshman drama. And maybe I was just in circles that were that were not as far along. Like, that
right.
is definitely possible. But I do know the current, like, it's like like kids are getting more experience at younger ages. I'll just say
Yes,
that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's getting more
I
serious
mean, with that with
younger.
everything,
Oh,
with
drugs,
drinking, drugs,
partying,
yeah,
hooking up, like all of that, dating,
yeah,
all of that. Which,
is
yeah, no.
happening
So
younger
I
and
don't know about
younger.
like if you're a freshman listening and none of the and you're like, oh, I already da da da.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
But for me, I
Right.
agree. For me, it
Exactly.
was
This
very
was
much
what I
not
was
like that. Like, for
perceiving.
me, freshman year, like, no, I was not kissing anyone. I was not holding hands with anyone.
Right.
But anyway, I my thing was from 8th grade, from that first girlfriend to literally like a month before I met my girlfriend right now, like for those literally like 4 years or whatever, I always was infatuated with somebody. Whether
Yeah.
we were dating or not, I was always, and I'm in a, let me tell you, my
Let's
science
hear
class
it.
I'm taking right now at UT. If you're going to UT next year, oh, put this on your roster.
Right. Hello.
It's
Yeah.
called Family Relationships, and we talk about dating, and it's like it's the whole class about dating, and it is so I love it. And we were just learning about this, and I was like, that is me. That's literally me. We were talking about the addiction, that the literal addiction, like the part of your brain that buzzes up when you're addicted to drugs or like any addiction you would think about. Very
Right.
mostly you would think about a substance, but the same area lights up when you think about your partner.
Right.
It is literally addictive to
Yeah.
have to be interested in someone. And I
Right.
was like, that is literally me. I've
Right.
experienced that too many times where I'm like, I need to what is wrong with me? Like I can't stop thinking about this person
Right. Yeah.
that I'm not even dating. And it's
Right.
painful. It is
Yeah.
so painful. And so from literally those 4 years, I would have like, I had my girlfriend in 8th grade through whenever. Then I started being interested in somebody else for like a while. I was interested in her, and I like was so whatever, like obsessed. And then met whatever. Then like I had my sophomore year girlfriend. Then I found someone else that I was like, once we broke up, I was like really da da da. Then I had a girlfriend junior year. So there was that. Then after that, I have somebody else that was like less. That was a lot less than
Right.
that was on the decline. That was like I low could just have a little crush, you know? But finally senior year rolls around like like October, and I was like, holy shit. I remember being in the car with my best friend and being like, I don't I am I have no interest in anybody. Like this is like I feel free.
And
I
right.
literally like
And it's in that moment when you find something real.
literally,
And it's in that moment when
literally
you
though,
find
like a
something real.
month later, I met my girlfriend, and obviously nothing happened for a little while, but I met her as a friend, and then eventually that turned into something more.
Right.
And I was like, wait, that's crazy. Like the one fucking time that I was like, really, I'm okay on my own. I don't need to obsess over somebody. That was when something like very real, like realer came around. Do
Hello.
you know what I
Me
mean?
going into senior year being like, roster is
Yeah.
completely clear. I'm literally not looking at anyone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna be alone this year, and I'm just gonna like wait and go to college. And I was like, whatever. I'm not thinking about anything. Like, let me focus on college. Let me
Yes.
focus on myself. Like, whatever. And I
That was
meet my
part of it
girlfriend.
too. That was
Like,
part of it
and I meet
too.
my
I
girlfriend.
went into senior year with the mindset of being like, I literally was like, no, I'm not being in a relationship. I need to focus on this. Like I have
Yeah.
applications. I don't, and I also was like, I don't want to get in a relationship and then waste their time by like doing all the applications and not being able to commit myself. It was a whole thing in
Right.
my brain. So yeah,
Yeah.
same. Also, I was gonna say too, like the the cliche of being like you have to like love yourself and be independent on your own before you can be with somebody else is so fucking true.
Right.
Like even though it's like no, people say that all the time, like it is painfully true. It's like
Right.
in the relationship, and I honestly don't think anything real will come by you if you are not like I'm I'm fulfilled on my own. Do you know what
Right.
I mean?
Because also, if you don't know and like really like are content with who you are, you're not going to be able to recognize who would be good for you. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes, you're putting yourself in a position to be hurt at that
Right.
point and to get yourself into a situation that's not healthy for you
Yeah.
when you can't. That is such a good way to phrase it. And I've been thinking about that too because we were learning about long distance relationships in my family
And
relationships
right.
class, and about how like they're actually really fucking good. Like they're really
Right.
like the science of it is like they're very stable a lot of the time if you're really committed to each other, you know? And I was
Yeah.
like, damn, like if I just can't imagine if I wasn't okay on my own, this would never work out long
Right.
distance. And like, I don't know. I'm like, ooh, glad we're good, you know? Like
Yeah.
if I just think about that. Like when people are like, where is my like I can't why haven't I found someone? And I'm like, well, have you found that within yourself? Because you
Right.
have to find that within yourself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Well, I think we could go on and on about love advice and talking about that, but we have been filming for 40 minutes.
Yes.
So we are going to get into our dramatic elements.
And period.
The dramas have been here for,
Yeah.
but also just to close out the love, I guess, a little bit more. If you guys do have specific things about relationships, love life, like dating, whatever, that you want us to talk about, please let us know.
Yeah.
And we
'Cause we would
probably
love
will
to.
film.
Yeah.
Yes, especially with your family relationships class.
Guys, I will literally read all mine. I will literally
We
give
could
a
go
lecture.
crazy.
I am not even
Right.
kidding. This shit is so interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
and I'll listen and I'll be here to comment.
And period.
So, yes, let us know if you want to hear more. I think we should have a poll out
For
on
sure.
like Spotify. So go click that
Comments
love
are
button.
open.
Right.
YouTube,
Comments are open.
Yeah.
If you want to tell us what you want to hear. So, moving on to our dramatic element of the past 2 weeks, because we missed last week filming.
You want to go first?
Oh, I can get us started. Yeah. Oh, I can get us started.
Get us rolling.
So here's the situation. I've been a little bit frantic recently.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the dramatics that I'm about to tell you about are evidence of that. So basically, I have 2 stories. And they both are the same thing, that it happened twice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how. So let's go in the past to sometime last week. I think it was last Tuesday. So we're filming right now. It's like February 8th. So this was like end of January, right? I have an 8:30 a.m. calculus discussion. Love it there. Anyway, so basically it had been like rainy here in Austin, and I was wearing a new pair of Converse. Cute.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm strutting to class. It's 8:30 in the morning. I'm running 2 minutes late. Literally sue me. It's 8:30 a.m. calculus.
Right.
Like, sue me. Anyway. So I'm strutting over to class. And it's like a little bit slippery out, right?
Yeah.
Like I was like conscious of like, wait, it's a little bit slippery. Like, let me walk fast because I want to like get to class. But also, let me not slip and fall.
Right.
Ooh, wasn't so good about avoiding that. Basically, so I'm like strutting along. I'm also eating a bag of peanut butter pretzels because do you think I had time to eat breakfast before 8:30 in the morning?
Hell no.
Yeah. So I'm strutting to class, eating my peanut butter pretzels, and there's a storm drain that clearly had it out for me because I step with my right foot. Boom, foot comes out from under me. Boom, I land on the floor. I land on the floor. I literally land on the floor. So peanut butter pretzels fly, like literally, like scatter all around me.
Yeah.
I was wearing jeans because it was still like a little bit cold out, and there was a small tear in the hole in like the knee area of my left jeans. I said, "What the hell?" And I could feel that there was like some kind of cut under my knee. Under my jeans. I didn't look at it until like later because I wasn't about to get to class and be like, "Hey guys, I just fell in the middle of Speedway. Yeah. Let me roll up my damn pants. See if I'm cut." I was like, "This isn't happening right now." No. But a few hours late, so yeah, I fully fell flat out at 8:30 in the morning on Speedway. What the hell? Or which is like the main like road of transportation on campus. Whoa. A few hours later, I go by and I saw smushed peanut butter pretzels all over the freaking floor, and I was like, "Guys, this is not real." And
you're like, "Who did that?"
Yeah, like this is literally crazy. Who is littering? I'm that's definitely so rude. Just taking a photo to make fun of the crazy person that literally fell here. Like, because this is so embarrassing for them.
Y'all see this? You're like, "Yo," or what's the damn app where you like post things like that?
Yik Yak.
Yes.
Right.
You're yik yakking like,
who spilled peanut butter pretzels all over the floor earlier this morning? Definitely wasn't me. So that was my first fall. I literally still have like a scab on my knee. Mind you, this happened like forever ago and I still have a scab. So that tells you how bad. Fully did take a layer of skin off of my knee.
Yeah.
Fire.
Collapse.
8:30 in the morning. Lovely. Then fast forward to Thursday. This past Thursday, February 6th. So basically, I had an hour in between like 2 different lab sessions, right? So this same mentor was going to be mentoring me during the first lab session and the lab session like that was later, right? So I had an hour from 5 to 6. And me being like frantic, I have so much work, I have so many exams, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I need to go and like maximize this hour. Like I need to go and get a bunch of work done in this hour. I like had stuff I wanted to do for my lab, la, 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 la. Right. So I was at Welch if you guys know, just like chemistry building, whatever. And I wanted to go to the Union. It's like an 8-minute walk away from like where I was in Welch to where I wanted to go to the Union, right?
Mm-hmm.
And our friend Evelyn was supposedly there, right? So normally we work on the third floor. So I was like, okay, let me run up to the third floor. I'll find her, sit down, boom, 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 work. I run up to the third floor, can't find Evelyn. So I'm like, okay, let me go. She might be outside. It's really nice outside, whatever, whatever. I'm literally sprinting down the stairs. Like, once again, Skye, chill out. But
So frantic.
literally so frantic. Like, nothing in this entire world is that
Is that
serious.
yes, literally.
But I was like freaking out. So I'm frantically running down the stairs, and the last like set of stairs in the Union is like a bunch of stairs and then a little flat area. It like opens out, and then 3 more stairs. Right,
Mm-hmm.
fire. So I'm running down the like bigger staircase, and I see my mentor, the one that like was mentoring me 2 minutes ago, and the one that's going to be mentoring me in like 45 minutes, walking towards me. So it's like we're kind of like crossing paths, right?
Right.
But she is like
Great
locked.
timing.
Great timing. She's like locked in on her phone. So it was one of those things where I was like kind of like watching her to see like, is
Right.
she gonna look up and see me? Are we gonna say hi? Are we just gonna like walk past like we don't know each other? Like what's gonna happen here? I don't
Yes.
know. Clearly I should have been looking at my feet and not her, because I'm walking. I think I'm walking down the big stairs. I think I'm on that like platform before the 3 stairs. No, 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 girly. You still had another stair. I didn't know this. So I step with my left foot, ankle rolls, boom, 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 land on the floor. Phone goes flying 10 feet. I am laying on the
Boom,
floor.
boom, boom.
Like, it was
Literally
literally
boom,
like
boom,
crash,
boom.
crash, crash. Like,
Yep.
landed on the
Middle
floor.
of the
Phone
Union,
goes
by the
flying.
fucking way.
People everywhere. My
Yeah.
mentor, who didn't see me until I was laying on the floor,
Right.
is like, right.
And that's the thing. It's like, oh, is this gonna be weird? Oh, now it's got.
Now it really is.
Now
gonna
it
be
really
weird.
is
Now
fucking
I know
awkward.
it's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my gosh, sweetie, are you okay?" Like, she runs and grabs my phone because my phone was seriously 10 feet away from me.
Yes.
She runs and grabs my phone, and I'm like getting up, like, what?
Right.
Where am?
What
Like,
just
what
happened?
just happened? And she was like, "Sweetie, where are you running to?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm just meeting my friend." And she's like, "Okay, see you in a bit." And I was like, "See you." And then I put weight on my left foot, and I said, "Oh, that doesn't feel too good." But I was like, obviously not gonna like create a scene, so I just like walked away as
Create
nicely
a
as I
scene
could.
as she's just
Create more of a
right.
scene, please.
Extend the
Scene.
drama.
And I didn't want my mentor to be like, "Do you need help?" I
Oh
was like,
God,
"Let me just
no,
walk.
no,
I just need to
please,
walk
just
away right
yeah.
now. Like, walk away. I don't care what's happening."
No.
I go and I sit down with my friend Evelyn. She like started to say something, and I was like, "Wait, Evelyn, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." And I was like laughing for 5 minutes straight, and like manically laughing.
Yes.
Because it was like a combo of like, I'm so stressed, I'm so freaked out, and I just literally like broke my ankle and landed in the middle of the Union, and my mentor was there, and like literally, where am I? What is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I was just whatever. So if you guys were wondering, I think I did like very lightly, minorly sprain
Yeah.
my ankle, because it like is my ankle is she's wrapped up right now, and I have Converse on over the wrap, but whatchamacallit, it's like based on my research, you know what I mean? It's fitting
Yeah.
all the qualities of a sprain, but it's just really not, it's not seriously bad at all. Like,
Yeah.
I'm totally good. It's like 2 days later. The pain is basically gone. I still just have it wrapped because if it moves in a certain way, that makes it hurt. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I can like feel it. Like, ooh, like whatever. And it's like still, she's still swollen. She's still kind of upset. So I just
Yeah.
have her wrapped so nothing gets worse.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in the past 2 weeks, I have fallen onto the ground, not tripped. I have landed on the floor twice in the past 2 weeks. I don't think I've ever fallen like that, like actually
ever
in my life.
Yeah. That's a
But I
sign that we
landed on
need
the
to
floor
slow the fuck down.
Yeah.
We need to just we need to breathe.
Literally. And if you were wondering, also in that hour, I ended up not doing any work.
Yeah.
Because I was like, clearly, I literally need to chill.
Yeah.
Nothing is due in the next 3 minutes.
Yes.
clearly I need to calm down, so I let myself calm down.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was a good move.
I have an hour break in between like hours and hours of class and lab before and after. Oh my God, Skye, eat a
Take a
snack and
break.
chill.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Yeah.
For the good of everybody and for your literal
Literal
health.
physical
Like, for your
being.
physical being,
Yeah.
let's chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay, well, my drama is very simple, basic. Let's get into it.
let's.
So, this is about the lack of hole in my nose. And let's speak
Oh, this
on
is so
this. This is
unfortunate.
unfortunate and very dramatic, if I dare
Yeah.
say so. So, as we know, I have a nose ring. Got it last January, like a little over a year ago. Love it. Then, so I got a hoop like 2 months ago, like a boom boom, so excited about it. Then, like 3 weeks ago, I had to film an audition. And this audition was like, I'm not going to have a hoop, and like this character would never do that. And this was like on camera, so like they can really see. So I was like, let me put a clear one in. I have a little bag of clear ones because for this exact reason,
Right.
right? And there were the clear ones that go in and then have a hoop, like to
Have a
anchor
hook,
it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like a hook. So I put it in, and then I'm like, wait, I'm actually doing a lot of physical stuff in class, and one of my teachers literally said, if you can take your nose ring out, take it out for the next couple weeks because I don't want you getting hurt. So I was like, oh, perfect timing. Let me just keep the clear one in, you know? So I've had this clear nose ring in for weeks, literally weeks.
Yeah.
A couple days ago, I rise from my slumber in the morning and I said, oh, there's nothing in my nose. I was like,
Yeah.
where the fuck did it go? It was there last night. Literally, I was on the phone with my girlfriend the night before and it was there. And I'm like, where is it? So, by the way, it's somewhere lingering in my bed.
Oh,
No
we
idea
still
where it is.
haven't found it?
No, well, it's clear. It's literally
Right.
this big. I'm
No,
like,
yeah,
well,
I guess that
have
makes
fun
sense.
in there.
Right.
So I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So the hole's probably half closed at this point. There's hope. So I spend about 40 minutes trying to get a new clear one in. Then I'm like, that's not sharp enough. Let's do the hoop. Let's try the hoop because it's like sharper, you know?
Right.
Try that, try that. Nothing. It will not go in.
Oh.
It won't go in fully. You know what I mean? Tried it from the inside. No, literally can't do it. I have to go to class. So I go to class, come back, try again for another 30 minutes. And then at
Right.
that point, I was like, I need to take a break. It's getting irritated. Nothing's working. So I leave it for the day. Next day, I wake up and it's like a lot better. It's not like swollen anymore. Like it's fine. Try again. No, no hope. I've unfortunately given up now because
Yeah.
if you really look closely, it's pretty much closed up or
Oh,
fully. Like
that's
there's still a
awful.
mark because of course it was pierced, obviously. So like you can still see like a little mark, but like the skin is over it. Like there's no
Right.
like full hole.
Oh,
Isn't that
terrible.
crazy?
That's literally insane.
Insane. I was like, how did you get out? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand that because it's hard to get a nose ring out if you try to get it out.
Right.
How
Like,
did
how
that
did
bitch
it
just
jump
like
out in the
slip
night?
out
Yeah.
like butter? No idea.
Right. Nobody
So
knows.
that's my drama for this week. It's okay. I
Right.
talked to my friends about it yesterday, like, and honestly, after talking it out, I kind of think it might have been a blessing in disguise because I want to be on camera. Like, what I want to do with my life is be on film. And so
Right.
I would have to take it in and out and in and out anyway, my entire life.
Right.
And with the clear one, you can still kind of see it.
Yeah.
So I would have to take it out for days on set for 8, 9, 10, 11, who knows how many hours. And it would
Right.
probably close up eventually. So for being for real, it's okay.
Right.
Probably would have
So
happened
that was
one
just an
day.
era?
Exactly.
Oh
I
my
think it was just
gosh.
an
The end of
era.
an era.
It was the end of an era, but also I'm like, you know what? I'm cool in other ways. I don't need it.
Oh,
I'm fine.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So that was my drama for this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was our episode. It's been 54 minutes
Yes,
of
this
us
is
talking. This
has
is a
been a longer
crazy
one.
long episode.
Yes.
We have to go. We have a fun day ahead. And if you're curious about what we're doing today, we're each going to have literally a different POV of
Yes.
the exact same day. Because we
Correct.
have the exact same
On
day
our
today
personal
happening
TikTok accounts.
on our personal TikTok accounts.
Yeah.
So make sure you go follow. Check us out on Instagram. We have an Instagram going for Dramatic Elements Podcast now.
Check out the dump that dumped with this episode.
I will include the photo of the peanut butter pretzels smushed on the floor.
100%.
100%.
Yes.
So make sure you go check that out. And
Yes.
thank
Thanks
you
for
for
listening and
sticking with
making it to the
us.
end.
Yeah, we
Yes.
hope you have a great Valentine's Day with your girls, with your boys, with your non-binary
Family,
people,
with
with
your
your family,
anything.
with your
Yes.
all the above, with your cats, with your dogs, with yourself.
And in honor
And
of
love yourself.
Valentine's Day, we love
We love
you.
you.